Good day everyone. My name is Carmelo Alvarez, base cream student. So this is my report about the economic globalizations, and I want to grade my teachers LPT, Micaela Elaine M. Monte. Good day sa iyo, ma'am. So global economy. So global economy, also referred as to known a world economy, refers to the international exchange of goods and services. It may also means as the free movement of goods and capital, service and technology and information. Market integration. So price and market integration. So price of similar goods, different locations tend to follow the same pattern over time. If this consistency exists, it suggests to market integration. Price movement and integrations. When a price is different markets move to proper nationally to each other and relationships, it's cleared into markets integrated. Indicator of market relationship. Market integrations act an indicator of how closely different markets are connected. So this is the market integration. Role of international financial institutions of IFI in the creations of the global economy. International governance or IFI are characterized by the multiple countries making them subject to international law, ownership and shareholders, while the national governments are typically the primary owners. Other international institutions and organizations may be also hold the shares. So creations and scope. Most of the prominent IFIs are established by multiple nations. So however, some bilateral financial institutions created by two countries also exist and technically qualify as an international financial institution. So we have here the international financial institutions or IFI. So A is International Monetary Fund o IMF. B, the Multilateral Development Banks o MDABS, which include the World Bank Group, the African Development Bank, Asian Development Bank, Inter-American Development Bank, and European Bank for the Reconstructions and Development. So the Regional Development Banks or RDB. So when we say sovereign, so it is the describe a person who has a supreme power authority gaya ng mga king and queen. And nation states are also something that describe as of the sovereign. This means that they have a power over themselves. Their government is under the control rather than the other control of an outside authority of number. So the global corporations known as the global economy, it is the coin from the base team global, which means all around the world is global corporations. So is one of the cooperates in more than the one country global corporations is generally referred to as a multinational corporation. So sa na-mention natin sa term of global means around the world, but if you are operating in the country, so you are selling product so around the world and shipping them to consumers country. Like for example, sa Europe, binibenta mo sa Europe yung products mo while we are here in the Philippines. So it does not mean that we are already the global company, you know. It takes more than that to earn the name of global company. So for example, to become a global company, you need to introduce not only your products but also your company or your business to people who live in another country. So nasabi ko kanina sa inyo, so katulad ng Coca-Cola company, so he started in 1886. Alam niyo ba na nalimitahan ng Coca-Cola, so 5 cents in the market, which also struggled to get, but now Coca-Cola sells it beverage more than 200 countries around the world. So we have the global corporations. Global corporations is one of the operates of more than the country. So Michael Porter, Harvard University, defined the global businesses are one of the maintains breathing headquarters on one country but also investment in a multiple foreign location. So the headquarters is home country. Global corporations strive to create an economy's scale by selling the same products in a multiple locations and limiting the local customization. So, in the world of finance and the investment of global corporations is one that has significant investment and facilities in a multiple countries but lacks of dominant headquarters. Global corporations are governed by the law. Countries we are incorporated. A global business connects to the talent, resources, and opportunities across the political borders. An international company is one that has the headquarters, for example, the United States, but they also does that mean overseas and may be also a large presence in multiple areas. So, such a company will be governed by the US regulations, assuming its headquarters remain US but maybe also have a foreign subsidiaries or which the governed by the local law. So, which include the following: the World Bank Group, WBG is a family international organization that make leverage loans to developing countries. Where do we belong? So I mean, the Philippines developing countries are underdeveloped countries. So isa ang Pilipinas sa mga nabilong sa mga developed countries in around the world. So World Bank is an international organization dedicated from providing finance and advice and research to developing nations. So aid their economic advancement. The bank predominantly acts an organizations that attempts to fight the poverty by offering a development assistance to the middle and the low income countries. So any Philippines, kabilang tayo sa developing countries. So meaning to say na nasa average tayo like Russia, USA, and Japan. Yan yung mga developing countries. So letter B, African Development Bank contributes to poverty reductions and economic and social development. In the least development African countries by providing concessional fundatory for projects, programs as well to technical assistance for study and capacity building activities. So basically African development banks are exclusive for African countries. Asian Development Bank is committed to achieving the promote inclusive to assistant and sustainable Asia in the Pacific while the sustained efforts of eradicate extreme poverty and assist its members to partners by providing loans, technical assistance, grants, and equality investment to promote the social and economic development. IDB, it works to improve the Latin American, and the Caribbean through the financial and technical supports for countries working to reduce the poverty and equality. IDB helps to improve health and educations and advance and infrastructure. Their aims to achieve the development in a sustainable climate friendly way. So gaya natin, ang ibang bansa ay they provide the loans, grants, and the technical assistance. They also conduct extreme research. So we have the ABRD and international institutions whose members composed 60 countries that European Community and European Investment Plan. Its purpose, it is the faster that economic and develop democratic transitions process and promote a private international indicates in those countries provisions that how equality investment and technically cooperation. So these institutions promotes the international initiative. Basically they are seating the people who have an perennial, I think, may mind. So Alam niyo yan na sa Pinas, madaming mga naghahanap ng trabaho, look for a job, and not create job. It is really important that we should have a mindset of creating jobs by starting to put up a business, even a small businesses. So, we know for a fact na kahit maliit ang business, but if we people are earning, we have to living and solving that we're trying to help the country's economy. So, kung ikaw nagtatrabaho ka, hindi pwedeng isipin mo lang na nagtatrabaho ka. So, while nagtatrabaho ka, gumawa ka din ng sarili mong business dahil mahirap kung magpo-focus ka lang sa trabaho. So, the origin globalizations in distant past, the existence of the same world system in which we live stretches back at least 5,000 years. The best known as the example of archaic globalization is the Silk Road, which connected Asia, Africa, and the Europe. Adapting Fernand Braudels innovated the concept of long duration, slow-moving, almost the imperceptible frameworks for historical analysis, world system analysis, and identify origins of modernity and globalizations with the birth of a 16th century long-distance trade. So, the real breakthrough that came only the 19th century. The annual average compound the growth rate of the world trade saw the dramatic increase of 4.2% between the 1820 and 1870. Was still relatively high at 3.4% in 2001. By 1913, trade equally to 16-17% of world income. Thanks to the transport of revolutions, steamships, and railroads, reducing the transactions cost the bolstered both international and international exchange. The relatively short periods become before the World War is often referred as the golden age of globalization and characterized by the relative peace, free trade, and financial and economic stability. And that is my report. And the next reporter is Charles Dihanyo. So the report about the monetary, I think